Hello and welcome back to EPIC39, powered by Intel. I am once again EXO, and with me is once again
Roscoe.
There you go, Roscoe.
Absolutely buzzing to be here.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing. A man with some LAN experience, you might say.
I'm very old, pretty much. That's what you're saying in the nicest terms. And yes, I am very old.
I'm saying you've won a Code A, have you not?
Won a Code A when it was online only, and that's my only claim to fame. So it's not a long list.
Is that your deepest run? I think,
it's probably my deepest. And normally it'd be Friday.
Now, had high hopes coming for this LAN, I hear.
Feeling pretty good. It's been a bit of a risky missing, a few Zane missing, a few of the usual faces. So
Zane,
I'm ranked a little bit higher than I normally am. Normally I'm down near the bottom, but I'm ranked 4.
Yeah, nice.
And we're buzzing to see this game because this is 2 people in my group and we're all quite tight near the top. So it's very much.
Is this decides who's second?
I've still got to play Azures, so me versus Azures is
right.
still to come.
That's still to go, yeah.
So it could be a 3-way tie, could be me and Azures fighting it out for the first place, or a WiseMan could sneak in second as well.
That
so
would
there's
be crazy.
many options. What can happen in this
game? If WiseMan beats Timmy, and then beats you, is he first?
No, I've already beat WiseMan, so Timmy would have to beat me, and it'd be a 3-way tie. So Timmy could still come first. I'm not sure.
Well, that's the sort of drama we like to see around here, you know.
So in this group, there's been a lot of 2-0s so far. Every game I think's been 2-0 that I've seen. So this might be the first one that hopefully is a bit closer to top players, UK's finest.
Coming in about a week ago, let's divulge a little bit of the secret.
Behind the scenes.
A little bit of the RD secret. A week ago, I think Timmy was feeling very confident in this matchup, and then they actually hit each other on ladder. Yep. And WiseMan won the ladder game.
Confidence level just.
But going into this, I know that WiseMan doesn't think he's the favourite. And it might be that mental kind of like.
Mental kind of block might be there for WiseMan against Timmy.
But that also can be the releasing factor. Like, doesn't matter what I do, I'm just going to play my game. And WiseMan's got a lot of game to play. In fact, actually, we've got a few minutes while we're still waiting for the players to do vetoes. Do you want to talk about your series versus WiseMan?
Yeah, so that game versus WiseMan, I've got a little bit of an MMR disparity, about 1,000. So he was coming in with some very, very tricky builds. So game 1, he tried to 12 pull me. And then he managed to hold that just. And then I managed to win that one. In game 2, he went for a proxy spire, which I did not scout because I'm terrible at scouting. So when I saw the mutas come out, it was panic stations. I was sweating. The only good thing was I had about 1,000 adepts on the side of the map, so I killed a base and all his drones. So he was running around with 6 mutas. So it wasn't too bad, but when I first saw them pop, there was definitely an oh my god moment of what is going to happen here? Am I going to lose? And it would have been at Lucky Lack points down the drain.
It was actually so funny. So Mark and I were both watching that game behind your shoulder when that was happening. And Mark goes, "Yeah, adepts, they really are the roaches of Protoss." It's like you just got 15 on the other side of the map.
I wish I could upgrade them though. If I could turn them into some kind of Ravager equivalent, that would be great.
You have the shade, but when they finish the shade, they explode the area around them like a baneling.
that would be
that would be insane. Yeah,
I think my IMR would go up at 1,000 as a famous adept user. But WiseMan really good. He's quite can play different styles, but he's definitely got some cheesy games in his locker.
Yeah.
So I think versus Timmy, I don't expect him to play 2 or 3 macro games.
No. Yeah.
I'm expecting him to throw in some sneaky builds, something a little bit different that's going to throw Timmy off, and it could just work, especially under the land pressure, which is much different than playing on ladder.
It is. Yeah. That's. And both of these players are absolute grind lords, by the way.
At LAN so far, they've been 50 games a day kind of players.
Absolutely
wild.
Like, out of all the games played by the Starcraft LAN, I think you take those 2, that's like 80%.
That is 80%. Me and you've got a combined about 4 games between us so far. So
I set up on Thursday, and then I played like 5-6 games.
Suddenly the Street Fighter pads out, you know. Didn't know there's a Street Fighter tournament here, but
no, it's true. Right, both players are ready. We're going to be getting into the game. First map is going to be on Babylon. Babylon.
I think I vetoed this versus WiseMan, but like all my vetoes, no real reason.
No, just
had a feeling, you know. I just didn't want to play it.
I like you take the different approach to Raz. Raz is like, you just pick the map. You're like,
I'm going to veto this map for no reason.
I have a very but WiseMan might think you have a very particular reason. All right, we are going into the first game. We have the good lucks from both players. And Timmy immediately. Well, before I can even get my.
So he's doing this. Obviously, he's going to try and block the hatch. Is why he's sending it here. Yes. There's some sneaky builds that allow you to get hatched in before the first probe gets there, or like an earlier probe. But if you send it right away, you'll pretty much always walk it on the sort of smaller to medium maps.
Wow. Okay. Well, we love the preparation here because again, WiseMan knows that Timmy likes to block the hatch.
Yep.
So does that mean he will he will concede and just go for a fast third.
He quite often goes pool first as well, so against me
true.
he went pool first, which doesn't make too much difference, a little bit less economically good, but you get some wings out and it can be scary for the Protoss.
Gas first.
A gas first.
Gas first is actually really interesting.
So WiseMan does have one of his builds where he goes gas first into pool, and it's to really scare the Protoss. He'll only make 6 or 8 lings sometimes though, with speed, and it's really quite scary, and then he just sits heavily drones behind. And he's really gambling that the Protoss can't know what's going on.
Wait a minute, this drone looks extremely suspicious over here.
I think he's just trying to hide it from the probe, so when the probe comes up, it misses it, and he gets the hatch where he wants it.
But
as you can see, these grind lords have been hitting each other on ladder non-stop.
You're
there you go.
absolutely right.
So that's why he does it against me.
Oh, but he's going to hide it so when Timmy cancels it.
So if you're playing Protoss, what's quite difficult with this is there's quite a proxy hatch. It's quite in meta.
I'm going to say a
hatch sort of over there, exactly, or here. It's really scary, so it can actually set alarm bells off for the Protoss, even though he's just taken an expand. He did this against me, and it set up a little alarm bell for me. Yeah. So Timmy has respected it.
Yep,
he is a bit panicking. The problem is, it probably means that WiseMan's build it's potentially worked, or it's at least going to be even, because he's forced no Nexus.
And most importantly, this messes up any kind of tech build that the Protoss want to do. This messes up the timing, because the Nexus finishing is supply, and then the actual, like say, pylons for when you then get your tech.
Yeah, you just can't afford your tech as well, because you need to get that Nexus up at some point. For Adepts, the timing is key. So if you're really an Adept player, there really is specific timing.
So now he spots the hatchery. It's like, you cheeky.
It's pretty much too late to do it. It's still nice to spot though, just so you know. But you sort of have to accept it's not been the best build for you.
Oh, I love that he cancels the second gate and builds a Stargate in the wall. I like this idea. I think he's like, if I can just get macro.
I think in the longer games, Azures is going to fancy himself to win. You never know under LAN, and both are really good players. But I think he'll be happy to drag it out if he's under any kind of pressure.
Okay, now we get the Nexus come down. But I think this is opening overall. Well, it's 23 probes versus 16 workers.
That looks bad for the Zerg. You look at those numbers.
Yes. And we've got the boys in chat as well. We got RD is better than RD for sure. Sam speaking true words.
Nothing but truths from Sam as usual in the chat.
Exactly. We do have these drones. Now, he did come up and he did technically see the... we can see it live, right?
You can definitely see it.
You can see it right now, Ross.
So yeah, the drone count, especially because WiseMan got such a fast third, the drone count is going to catch up really quickly. And if Timmy doesn't wall off here, he might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the second Adept is going to pop, so there's no worse way he dies here, but I think this Adept is going to die.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Now he gets the thing. He's like, he doesn't want to have to deal with this sort of stuff.
So this is Timmy will not be thrilled with this start opening because he's a little bit behind. These drones are going to come out. These drones are going to be hammered out. And Timmy's playing a little bit safe as well because he's trying to put the batteries down. He's just playing as you would. You've been thrown off your game. It's really hard to get back in your stride. And WiseMan's kind of forced his hand a little bit into this kind of style.
Yeah, these lings are being really active as well. Come back up again. There's only 3, so they're not going to do much. Again, just want to see if that Stargate is still active.
Yep.
He already got the spore in the main. There was no spore in the natural. I think, you just get one and get out. Yeah.
It's quite a lot of hull damage, unfortunately. And there is a spore in the natural as well, so it's been a really good play.
Yeah, keeping this Oracle alive is
very
so
important
because this is how you secure a third. In fact, I actually kind of wanted to see him. Well, I suppose it's only 4 minutes. Yeah. Here we go.
So, what I'm expecting from WiseMan, and what he quite often likes to do, is likes to play Roach Hydra, which is a very retro comp. We'll see if he does that. Definitely throwing it out there early so I can get my pod it so it comes through.
Yeah, nice.
Roach Hydra is really unusual in this meta. It's something back in 10 years ago in Wings of Liberty you might do. But he is the kind of player that really likes a Roach Hydra game, so we'll see if that's what he does.
We will see. Yeah, I think Roach Hydra is a pretty interesting take. Gets very hard countered by, disruptors.
Yeah.
And Timmy's a man who is willing to make disruptors in a matchup.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So we will see. Also, another interesting thing about WiseMan, this is insider knowledge, but he really doesn't like lurkers.
He does not like lurkers.
He doesn't like lurkers like I didn't like carriers.
A bit like me, he's a bit of an F2 lord. He loves to F2 his army around. And that's a man after my own heart, I must say. A big F2 fan. But it does make, I think, playing things like lurkers that you usually want in their own hotkeys and stuff like that a bit more difficult.
Yeah. So he doesn't really want to play it. So if Timmy has that knowledge that this probably isn't going to a mass lurker game.
I'm just hoping that Hydra den comes down at some point. And we're keeping that eye out in the production there, but we've only seen Roaches so far.
I'll keep my eye on the production. That is the spinning around oracles. We have a scouting overlord coming back in here, doing his thing, chain flinging, blending in with the crowd. See what he sees.
I'm interested to see what WiseMan does because he has started building roaches.
Yeah, what I'm finding interesting is that there's no fourth base.
Yeah.
For how.
Oh, look at the overlords. There's 7 coming. To me, that speaks. I'm gonna make a lot of roaches.
Considering he was already 20. Oh well. Actually, now he builds these. Yeah.
So I'm presuming the roaches are going to be absolutely hammered out. I don't think you make 7 overlords for anything else other than I'm going to make a ton of roaches. And here they are. They're coming out slowly.
Oh, there's no robo, right? I mean, he's going to go void.
He's got 3 oracles and he's got void rays, and the hydra's there. Oh, it's absolute. What a prediction! If I was as good at Starcraft as I am at predicting games, or people have watched quite a lot of, I would be I'd be as good as Iba, Raza, or Richie. Unfortunately, I'm not.
I think you're almost there.
Just 200, 300, 400 MR. Apart from that, pretty close. But yes, so what I'm expecting is once he gets a few hydras out, and really they'll just help deal with the oracles and the void rays. Void rays, they do quite well against roaches, but not against mass roach unless you've got a lot of voids.
You don't kill them particularly quickly.
You would much rather have an immortal if you had the tech. Yes. Obviously, Timmy's hand, Azures' hand's been sort of forced from the sort of very weird early game.
Oh, Stormu. I like
it if he can get to it.
I was about to say, yeah, this can be good.
What I don't like here is that WiseMan made a relative ton of roaches, probably just safety roaches, but probably too many, and he's now back to droning. 14, those could have been drones.
They could have been, especially since he's only on 62 workers. He actually gave up the worker lead to build 15 roaches.
If I was WiseMan's coach in his ear, I would have been telling him to hammer out the roaches, hammer out a couple of hydras and go.
Oh, the Oracle flew in first. Its life.
I think it's not too bad once Storm comes out, once you've got your army. I think for us normal Protoses who aren't top Protoses, it's really hard to control oracles as well as the rest of your army. So as long as you keep a couple alive for any lurkers, like you said, WiseMan doesn't like lurkers, but Timmy doesn't necessarily know that.
Okay, well here we have a bit of a roach flank, a surround, surrounding a base.
There's a flank of one on one side, you know, there's no main.
Oh, but Timmy doesn't have the vision. It does not have
this could turn into a little bit of a trade of bases. Don't say full base trade, but you know there might be 4 for a 4th here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite good, but there's nothing else here for Timmy.
If he can warp in a round of zealots and then kill all the hydras, that can be good. Where's his army? Okay, recall maybe.
Recall back.
You need to get in there, jump in on these hydras while they're
so we need, if you're an Azures fan here, really hoping for Sewer Battery to do a big job. If you look at the supplies, a massive difference.
Oh, nice big storm.
And the storms are really good. That hit some of the zealots as well, but that's unavoidable. But I don't know if we've got any other storms around. There's 20 roaches following this.
WiseMan is absolutely pumping the roach key right now.
He is doing what I wanted him to do earlier on without the sort of the random 10 drones in there, effectively.
Yes, yeah.
But again, it's very hard. It's much easier when you've got all the information to make that kind of call.
Absolutely. These hydras are actually going down. Hydras do not fight the void rays very well. One void ray does die, but actually this is becoming a very cost-efficient
I think the problem is here. He's probably if WiseMan just put those roaches onto the probes, he would kill all the probes.
Yeah, exactly. And even Timmy getting this 4th base is actually really greedy. Like he shouldn't be able to secure this with this amount of roaches on the field. But he wants to remake the hydras.
I think this carrier call by Timmy is a bold one. If Azures gets the carriers, he'll look like a genius. But looking at the army values and what's going on, we're not going to see carriers this game.
Yes.
That's my prediction. He's going to struggle to get a 4th. I don't think we've even got any high Templars on the.
No, there's no high Templars on the map.
And they're going to be really key.
Cancel. Good cancel. No pressure going on this part, but there aren't that many drones. They're only droned up to 66 drones.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an all-in by WiseMan in a sort of weird way. I know it's weird to have 4 bases and 66 workers, but he needs to really keep denying this 4th, and he needs to make sure there's no carriers that get built.
Yeah, very quick reaction. I mean, did WiseMan see that coming down? I felt like he was on the way down.
That move. I loved just a beautiful F2 over to that 4th base. He split the army temporarily, but that will become one clump very soon.
You can see this army is still chasing down here, but now it immediately turns around as this comes onto the map. This is a rather small force, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, those others got to get out of there. I mean, maybe it's worth trading them. No, keep them alive. Keep them alive. He kept a good chunk of them alive.
So, Azures is kind of putting WiseMan off a little bit. WiseMan's getting a defensive posture, and now he's getting Vipers and drones and Ultras.
The supply block, though, that feels bad.
So I do like what he tried, because those units weren't going to do much defensively. So it's great to try and just buy time, which is what he has to do, and hope he can get some carriers out. But
Yeah. Oh, the base cancelled itself. Okay, there we go. I actually, yeah, I mean, obviously, WiseMan going to Viper is very good. I've actually lost a late game to. I was up like 10,000 resources against WiseMan in a game,
yeah.
and then I lost the game 20,000 resources.
I bet that felt real good for the last 20 minutes of that game.
Because I did not respect the Vipers, so he can definitely play this out. But I would have rathered him like just kept the pressure on.
I would have kept the pressure on. Just try and max out or get to 180 supply on Roach Hydra and just keep attacking.
Yeah, this again, one-sided flank of. I guess this was just to check if the base was there. Actually, yeah. Now he's going to come home. So we're getting the full-length macro game. DT's coming in, however, getting 7 drones. There's no mobile detection with the thing. There they are. But one DT slithers away. And WiseMan didn't seem to be aware there was 2 DTs, or he assumed he got them both.
I think WiseMan's on a bit of a timer here.
Yeah,
Ultralists are coming out, and they will do a lot of tanking. They'll be great against the storm. They'll be great at forcing high Templars to run away and not be able to get a clutch storm off.
Or a feedback. Even.
Or a feedback. But he is not investing in things that are good at killing carriers.
He isn't. Yeah, that is very true.
And that is, carriers are fantastic.
Wait, has he not seen the...
Hey, your base
I
is
guess he
under
didn't
attack.
see the... Yeah, he hasn't rescouted at all. So other than there being some Void Rays earlier, after the Oracles, he actually doesn't have much indication that this is happening. Like, he should expect it, but...
And the supplies are close.
Even
I mean, Timmy's done Azures has done a fantastic job spending his money. A really good macro job, and he bought time great. He made WiseMan feel a bit under pressure, and WiseMan decided to be defensive.
Is this the best army?
It is not the best army, especially against Ultras, because those Ultras will eat those Zealots for
there
breakfast.
are no Ultras out now, so there's a few Ultras out. Here comes the Storm. He's got to get all the Storms off and merge them into Archons. Yeah, he had to do it.
If you look at the supplies here, famous saying, supply don't lie.
That dropped quickly. I blinked, Ross, I blinked.
You blunk.
I blinked.
And the Hydra's coming in as well.
Yeah. I think this is now the death march here. It's going to be really hard to push this back from here on out.
You always never know. With the sewer battery, there's always a chance, but it's not a big chance this game.
And the Zerg force coming through.
The problem is here, you need to hold on to this base.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So he just focuses his base down and then loses all his army. That is fine.
Yeah, because look at the bank. WiseMan's got a bank. So it's not a big gas bank. So there is some tentativeness here, but not much. I
think WiseMan's probably not done a great job like getting drones to these new fresh bases.
I was going to say
he's really struggled to do that because he's going to be over droning on some of his base. They're going to be over mining.
I mean, the income is very similar, and it's 3 base at 13 minutes versus 5 base. So that should not be the case. But now we have the So I love this actually. He just comes around and checks. Oh, there's no base here.
No,
great.
perfect.
I'm just going to go home.
I would like him again to say. I think he needs to keep attacking. You can't allow any kind of carrier count to get up. That's always the risk.
I actually think after that position, there was like not a bad decision for him to make.
Yeah, anything he does is fine. But I want him to go now. If you're a WiseMan fan, if you're an Azures fan, you're very much open. You're very much hoping that he defends for the next 10 minutes.
Like maybe we can get maxed one more time, guys.
Timmy's done a great job staying in this game. He's actually macroed fantastically.
Yes.
Which is giving him even the smallest chance.
Maybe there's a world where we snipe all the overseers and then.
It's a bit of a rotty play, that one.
I kind of like it here, but the Vipers are king. We do get some big storms.
Massive
down,
storms.
But
unfortunately, that is a swarm.
The Hydra will survive. They have 90 health, right? Yeah, they have 90 health, so they can survive a full storm actually. Outrageous. Reluctantly hold on, then has to. GG.
Fantastic game by the Red Dragon boys there.
Yeah.
Pretty difficult. I've been in Timmy Azures' position plenty of times myself. The Zerg does something a little bit weird to start the game, and it throws the game, all your plans out the window, and then you've got to sort of make something up on the fly and just hope that it works. And unfortunately, Timmy was a bit worried about WiseMan's pressure.
Yeah.
So he put the second gate down, delayed the Nexus, wasn't maybe probing as much as he might have been otherwise. He did a good fix off the build when he got the good scout off. He instantly cancelled the gate, got the Stargate down.
He got the Stargate. I really like that.
But it just meant that WiseMan had 3 bases much faster, and maybe didn't use the drone advantage to the fullest. Could have maybe had more, controversially.
Yes. Well, the next map is going to be a Royal Blood. I'm just going to set that up. I should actually really get the players to set it up.
That would be good.
But, you can't trust them to do anything. No, I'm kidding. All right. We're going in. WiseMan actually hasn't accepted. There we go. So yeah, really, now the mind game comes into what do they do this game? Does WiseMan do the same thing where he does like this kind of fake pressure build, like I'm going to do something to you. Yep. You best respect me.
I think Starcraft players are quite bad at doing the same build twice. They like to mix it up for some reason. Quite often, if somebody didn't hold your first build, do it again and see if they hold it. But this build was specifically tricky. This build was based on Azures not scouting that hatch.
Yes.
If Azures scouts that hatch right away, WiseMan's actually just put himself a little bit economically behind from where he could have been.
Yes,
absolutely. It was only because that scout was so late on that hatch that it really played into WiseMan's
funny.
hands.
We've actually seen a lot of games today where we've seen mirrored builds, like not mirrored builds, mirrored like matches.
Yep.
So where it's like both players that do the same thing
build again.
Yeah. A bit of a molten and musty sort of situation.
Two of my favourites, also. I love molten and musty.
Yeah. I think. Oh, Jesse was playing in the Big Brain thing tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think it's about now. I think he's on against the German Protoss, I believe. I can't remember the guy's name.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Sure, do well. He's been playing fantastic, and I've been watching him.
Let me switch the old scoreboards up. This is it.
No.
So, spawning in the top right corner, the Protoss to keep the Protoss hype alive, because we've not seen any Protoss win on. Actually, no, we have seen Protoss win on stream. For Protoss versus Zerg on stream,
smooth,
it is
smooth.
Azure.
And in the bottom left, he's 1-0 up. He's going to be feeling confident after that macro game victory with a few tricky starts as well. It's the Red Dragons, WiseMan. So this is if I'm in Azure's position, I'm feeling nervous.
Yeah,
just myself. I don't know how Azures is feeling, but I'm feeling just a little bit nervous. I'm worried what WiseMan's going to throw. I think Azures wants this game to be as normal as possible. He wants to get into his adepts. He wants to get into his late game. I'm just going to worry that WiseMan's going to take some gambles. I think it's going to be very annoying for Azures to play against.
Yeah, so we are seeing an exact mirror of how the game opened up last time.
Yep.
Same sort of pro block. But WiseMan knows his response. He's like, hey, I know what I'm doing. So, let's see if the game... So last time he pulled off at 100 gas to start Zergling speed and then went back to pure droning.
Yep.
So we'll see if that happened again.
Very interesting what he does this time.
I wonder if there's a world where, Timmy could have put down like a cheeky cannon rush. I don't think so, because really
that is an EXO thing to do. Off the wall, on the fly cannon rush. Yeah. That is a bold call, 1-0 down if you don't do it.
I have done it.
You have been partial. You have been partial.
I've been known to do it. All right.
So it's just pretty standard. The only thing to note is he went Cybercore before Nexus.
Yes,
that is reasonable. It's a reasonable thing, especially if you see a pool first.
Yeah, I think especially when gas pool, right? Like it's actually, I'd need to time out, but I feel like
the Roach Warren. Sorry, EXO. It was gonna be a great anecdote. It was cancelled. It.
Yeah, no, it was going to be a great anecdote because the pro came back in.
Does he rebuild it?
No, don't be a bad man, WiseMan.
Okay, I think Timmy's going to feel good. He's going to feel a little nervous because he doesn't quite know what's going on, but he's going to feel good because he's forced a cancel, and you can see not a lot of drones. You
do actually see the building that was cancelled. Like you can see that there's still the visual.
It has been cancelled.
Yeah. So
WiseMan is still on gas though. That is a lot of gas. But interesting to see what he does with it. I don't know if it's just because of the sort of panic of the build that he's cancelled the Roach War and he's not got a plan for pulling off gas, or whether he's going to go into something like a Baneling bust or proxy mutas like he did against me.
Yeah, I was about to say proxy mutas would be.
There's a layer. He's at least spending the gas on something.
Yeah. No, this is good. I think WiseMan is, to borrow a phrase from Sam, is flying off the seats of his
It's beautiful, man. I love that. Definitely. WiseMan's that kind of player.
Oh, he needs to get in a block.
I mean, he's going to get into scout, but what are we even scouting here? Just a robo. So you can see it's probably adepts. It's good to be able to pull the probes off though, because adepts are quite timing based, and anything you can throw into the slow down real proper.
Is there a robo? Oh, the robo's down here. Yes.
Yeah. So Azures likes to put his robo in the wall, which I'm quite a fan of.
I kind of like it.
I don't do it myself, but I'm a fan of it.
I don't hate it.
These lines are doing lots though.
They are.
This is a lot. I've been here myself. Hopefully, if Azures can get those probes mining again.
Oh.
It just feels bad.
Yeah.
When you're playing in this as well, on stream. And
exactly.
Azures been playing so well as well. I've been really enjoying watching him play. just be quite stressful. And when something goes wrong, it's just such a frustrating game when you're chasing lings around.
So the idea now is that the prism is already halfway out, but the extra gates haven't started.
Yeah.
And he needs 3, right? Because he's only got 1.
Well, he can go. He may go 4 gate. He can go 4 gate or 6 gate, or.
Oh, he cancels one of them.
I think he's just going to take a Nexus.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's all he can do. If WiseMan just maxes out in roaches or makes a ton of roaches, I don't know how he stops this. Because he's still investing in the glaive.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a gamble. Maybe after that start, I quite like the gamble though. You've got to do something.
I kind of agree, especially in the last game. WiseMan actually was very passive. He was
very hesitant to go across.
Poke, alright, we took a good trade. Now I come back, get my next tech army, and then do it again.
I would have liked glaive to be cancelled.
Really?
I think glaive isn't going to do anything because we've only got 2 gates.
I think 2 adepts getting in.
It's so much for me. It's so much money. I would love to have even more immortals out and stuff like.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
What Timmy's done there is he's faked DTs.
Yes, and in fact, yeah, it's actually sold well.
It's sold very well. WiseMan's going to feel a bit better now he's seen this. I don't know.
Okay, if these 2 depths can get like 4 drones, I think it's worth. Oh, they didn't focus. Now he's down here though. 3, 4, 5. Okay.
It is definitely worth. But the Super Battery and Immortals have got a big job to do.
They have got a big job to do.
I don't think has WiseMan seen the 3rd yet? If he's not seen the 3rd...
He hasn't.
But he is going to cross the map, which is the right call.
1 Immortal, 1 Stalker, 2 Sentries.
If he runs to the natural, I don't know how Protoss holds it. If he runs to the 3rd, there's a good chance because there's a Super Battery.
In fact, you can actually unpower this robo very easily.
Yeah.
He is coming around here, so I think
I tell players all the time to go in between.
They
do not listen. They never listen.
That's what makes you GM, Ross.
That's it. That's yeah.
Worth it? Yeah, like 3 roaches for 1 sentry. I mean, you don't really want to lose a sentry.
You definitely don't.
But now, like having this up, look at the units tab. 50 workers to 28 drones. My man forgot what drones were. Okay, he's now building again, and he's going for the next tech play. It is going to be the Spire.
What really happened there is Azures gamble paid off perfectly.
Yes.
He scouted it too late, he attacked the wrong place. So if he attacked a natural, it could be game over.
It absolutely could.
Or it would certainly be, the probe count would be dramatically reduced.
Yes, yes.
So Timmy's gamble was played off fantastically. Well, he scouted the mutas though. He's got an early blink.
I think he's just going to go into maybe Storm again? He's going to go for the same army?
What is our gateway count on?
Oh, he's poking down here. Structures-wise, we only have
only
2 gateways
2,
still.
So
this is absolutely bold. You absolute madman. He should see there's not that many drones down there and get out. Okay, he's going to save the Immortals.
Well, he's going to kill all these roaches. And he's going to force more roaches.
Immortals are pretty good.
Immortals are pretty good. So, in fact, he's forcing more roaches is fantastic. And killing this 3rd. I mean, I think Timmy was in big trouble this game, and he's really pulled it. He's taken some clever gambles, and he's played it very well to get himself massively ahead in my eyes.
Oh, did he just recall that? Wait, yeah. Oh, I think he could have gone for it if he did, but yeah, he didn't want to gamble on it. Fair enough. Keeping the Immortal Cannon alive. Have we see? Okay. What's the situation? 7 mutas possible. 4 built immediately.
Oh, supply block.
Oh, the supply block.
It's because he lost the hatch.
Hatchery. Yeah, you lose
hatchery.
And you have to manually select the lava.
No, it's so annoying for Zerg's round there. Timmy's done really well. I love the gambles he took. The gambles Azures took have been fantastic. And these mutas have got a lot of work to do.
They have got a lot of work to do. The first mutas are about to pop out onto the field. Let's have a look here.
Is there there's no observers on the map or anything, is there?
No,
really?
In fact, this is the only vision he's had. And he must be like, okay. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this 4th base.
I would like stalkers.
I think when you're like a 3 base Protoss versus a 2 base Zerg, because you've killed the 3rd, I think you need to be like, just make army.
I think, all in all, it might buy him time as well. I don't actually necessarily mind the next. It is only 400 minerals, and he's still got enough. He's not got enough gates to spend anyway. So
yeah, he's still pumping out Immortals.
He's going to be very sad. In 3, 2, 1, now.
Get the face cam, Mum.
Mum, get the camera.
Mum, get the camera. Oh, this is actually a lot of damage as well. Does get the reasonably quick warp in. He's building stuff and thing. He doesn't.
So I would actually fight I think I would fight the stalkers here.
Yeah,
WiseMan probably doesn't realise how few gates Azures has got though. Yeah. So it's hard to make that call without knowing the complete situation.
Now, Timmy Azures is still ahead in workers here, so this is still a very playable situation. But it feels very bad.
It feels bad. I think Lings, Massling. Oh, I would say Massling's really good, although we're seeing Adepts coming out, so. Oh, these mutas. We've all been here.
Yeah, now
all my Protoss brothers are pouring one out right now for us.
The line third versus the triangle third comes in here.
Yeah.
And WiseMan must be like, damn, I'm killing a lot of probes here. How do you have so many?
I mean, WiseMan's still 10 probes behind.
That is actually
That's crazy.
insane. Yeah.
We've lost 32.
Thank God Blink is done.
And I think potentially there was the Prism. There's some warp-ins with Ips.
Yeah, because seven drones have gone down here.
It was a bold second. It's a bold second warp-in, I will say.
Yeah, that was a bold second warp-in. I missed it, you know. So.
So it is a close game now.
I hate to see it.
Because WiseMan is not going mass muta.
Yes.
I actually think this is still good for Azures.
Yes. What I will say is WiseMan has a lot of money that he is not spending.
Yeah.
And if he can just get that into units, his standing army might actually be better.
I think we need some macro hatches here.
I agree.
We really are struggling.
Oh. Another thing again. Anything in the main? Okay, we've got the shield and the cannon. And the main. We have also got some stormers in here.
I'm not sure if WiseMan's going to be able to hold this push. That's a lot of immortals, and all we've really got is roaches and a few lines.
Yeah, I think like these distractions are nice, but if he's not doing his injects either behind this, then he's in trouble. Oh, Timmy wants to go for the drones, but now the army.
He needs to not lose that Archon.
The Archon is actually really important.
Really important. Any anti-air units here are really important.
Oh, big storm. No, double storm, Timmy. No, no. One storm at a time. You let that storm play out. He's using the hatchery as a thing here. The War Prism is still alive.
Oh, he saved the hatch as well.
However, has he?
I think oh, this is so close. Oh, I think Azures has done it.
Has he broken the back of the Zerg player here? Didn't kill a bunch of drones, but he was ahead in workers anyway, so it doesn't matter. We've got one random High Templar still saved as well.
I think WiseMan's going to feel sad if he ends this game on 3,000 minerals, 1,000 gas.
Oh, that is actually a very sad
I think he's going to look at this and think, there's a missed opportunity here with how this game started. I think Azures has been macroing fantastically again. He's really brought himself back into it with that great macro.
And here comes, I think this is the death push. I just don't think you can stop this. The big blink forward. That's a get out of my game blink.
Oh, good game. Well played.
That is it. 1-1 in the series. That's what we want to see. And when WiseMan, I say that because when WiseMan was watching Timmy over the shoulder, that's what he called it. Get out of my game.
Get out of my game.
Get out of my game. Blink. Let's have a look at the chat quickly. See what's coming on here. Oh, yep. Come on in. GG, well played. WiseMan was by Sam a little while ago. I think I let it go off, so it's going to reset everything. But great series so far.
Fantastic series. That's what I was hoping for. Like I said, in my group, this is the group I'm in with WiseMan and Azures. There's been 2-0s all the way. This was the one I knew. This was the one. I knew it. That's why I'm here. I knew it was going to be a good one.
I feel like WiseMan got a really good start, and then like Timmy was on the edge of the cliff just hanging on, and then he hauled himself up.
I really liked, I've said this like 3 or 4 times, but I just loved the gambles Azures took. He took small gambles, get that third base and that fourth base. He couldn't hold it. If WiseMan sees that game, he'll definitely be disappointed that he couldn't hold on for the lead. But fantastic play, and when you're behind, you've got to do something. And I love that. Really good.
Again, decisiveness.
Decisiveness, and he was macroing fantastically. You saw Azures' money; it was so low, under pressure as well. When it's you're 1-0 down, you're playing for land, and it's quite a big event. It's really tough to macro as well as that. So well played by both.
Oh, I love that clutch comeback in that.
Clutch comeback, but I'm buzzing to see what we do.
Exactly, and this is clutch either way, because if WiseMan takes the series off of Timmy, that's really good.
It's very good.
And also Timmy to come back from the brink.
Yes,
also really
absolutely. Good. What I'm hoping is WiseMan has got a plan. If it's for a WiseMan fan, and he comes out with, he can hit that plan. We saw the early Roach War, and he had to cancel. And that's what threw off the game, and that's how we ended up with so much gas, and we didn't have enough queens to inject, and we ended up with so much money.
Does he try it this game, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I was like, I like WiseMan. I don't want WiseMan to play a standard macro game here. I think versus Azures, WiseMan's best chance is to make it a bit weird.
I kind of want him to make the Roach War in it, and even if Timmy scouts it, just
go for it. Commit for it, and then see what you can get get done. I don't really want him to sort of back out and then go into a sort of awkward macro game.
Exactly.
Although actually he was in a good position in that game, even with that happening.
It's true, but I think the Muters did a lot.
They did do a lot, and they're still not enough, but they did do a lot.
Was it enough? Not quite. So. Finally, we come down to the best of 3. The names are in the right order. Ren said to proxy 8 racks you. Nice. Good old Ren.
That's classic Ren.
Friend of the RD. Oh, so yeah, spawning in the bottom right, possibly for the final time. In fact, guaranteed for the final time in this series. It is Azures Timmy.
Unless there's a tie, and that would be epic.
That would be epic. Oh my god, what if they
Oh my god, I can't get excited with the thought of it. And in the top right, it's Red Dragon's WiseMan.
Wow.
So what are we seeing here? He's went for the anti-block. No, I didn't see if Azures sent his probe right away.
It was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick.
It was there like 40 seconds.
But I'm not sure if he said, sometimes I like to let my probe, sometimes mine sort of one patch and get an extra 5.
Based off the first game, Timmy went for it straight away. Yeah.
So it's quite annoying. It's much harder. And the reason why this matters is Azures is a really good adept player.
Yes.
And blocking the hatch, that's a really important part. A lot of Zergs have, they've turned into 200 IQ Zergs. They've started blocking with Evos. Well, they block the block, but then when the adepts come, they block the entrance. They wall off with Evos, and it's really, really hard to play against.
That is actually...
So
for a long time, I've actually not been a believer in that. I don't care if they take their main or their natural the third. The third or the natural. The natural. But now I'm kind of with you.
It's very annoying. So I like to not play adepts often if they do get that hatch down. I like to mix it up a little bit.
Yes. That's how.
But we'll see. Now. Azures has got a forge. And no Nexus. I don't know if he thinks because it was a faster pool, if he's read it's going to be the slow ling all in or something like that. Which is a really weird build where people get 3 really fast hatches, don't get speed, and then off 17 drones or something like that, they just make a bunch of lings. It's really annoying.
No, is this what it felt like, Ross, when I did this to Frogs?
Yeah, this is what it felt like.
Oh no!
It's a little bit of a misread. Obviously, we've got the information. And our second place tournament is on the line, but I'm a bit worried how Azures has read this. He's going to be looking at this, seeing the gas, and seeing quite a lot of drones. He's going to be feeling pretty sad.
Open macro, and now you forward? Oh, WiseMan.
I mean, I thought we've not got Star League rules on here. Any text, instant DQ. These two are really good friends as well, though. So
yeah, it's all good.
That's what they're chatting away.
Well,
this is bad.
This is
Now, Azures has played really well from behind so far.
Yes,
so this is genuinely not over. If the shoe was another foot, I would feel bad for WiseMan. I wouldn't necessarily believe that he was going to take the gambles that were required to get back into it. I think Azures has still got a chance, but you are feeling bad.
Yeah. He's feeling the pressure right now.
So he's made the right call. You can't really go adepts with this kind of start. It just hits too late and with not enough punch. So you really have to go Stargate.
Okay. This is nice as well.
I disagree with the drone pool. I would absolutely not be pulling these drones. And we're attacking this spawning pool there. The queen was briefly. If you see the damage in the spawning pool, that got a lot of damage done. A drone pool and 3 drones for a single adept is absolutely wild, especially when the speed's effectively finished.
No,
but
you can't be serious. Don't do it, WiseMan. We're gonna rename him from WiseMan to Badman.
Badman. I'm not sure how this plays out. We've got a Stargate already, and I think Azures is going to be able to potentially scout this. We'll see if he's clever with the lings or not.
The most 200 IQ WiseMan thing to do would be like, I'm ahead economically because my opponent misread something.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna roll in him.
I don't think he saw. We didn't follow the shade, but I don't think he saw the ling. But look at the drones.
There's not a lot of drones here. Yeah.
It's something you can read, but it's been a weird game. Timmy's
There's
off.
Already a cannon.
There's no battery though. A cannon, an adept is not enough, and a void ray is not enough.
You need a stalker.
We need to scout this. If we do not scout this, we cannot hold. Not to put not to ruin the casting experience, but if we don't scout it and we're not going to scout it, this is unfortunately going to be game over.
He's looking for a thing.
He's going to feel real sad. I feel real sorry.
Oh, the probe with the.
Oh my god.
That was so clutch, but not clutch enough.
I would have liked to keep the Banelings alive personally.
Yeah, I think.
But was it hitting an overlord potentially?
Potentially.
I've been in this game. I've been in this position myself so many times.
Okay, most of the Banelings are gone now.
I don't think we can ever wall off again. There's so many lings, and the void ray just takes far too long.
What about 2 void rays?
What about 2? What about 3? I think we might need 5, 6, 7 here to be cleaning out these lings. I like the fact we've got 1 drone coming. It's like a suggestion of macro. It's like a pinch. We're salt baying some macro in there with a lot of lings. So It's like whenever you're winning the game, you take an expand, so it looks like you're a macro
so
player.
Yeah, it looks like you're a macro.
You know? I feel so sad for Timmy here. We've all been here as Protoss. It's such a bad feeling.
We talked about gambles that Timmy was
He took the
doing
great gambles in the second game to get back into it, so it's
Yeah.
like you cannot have a go at somebody in the gamble here, but
Yeah,
he just had a bad misread, which again we've all been there.
Timmy tournament game, so he's like holding on, but this is
GG, well played WiseMan, played fantastic. I don't know if Azures really allowed it to be a fantastic series with some really good gameplay himself as well. So.
Oh my god, Sam actually in the chat from a few minutes ago, I predict Banebust next game.
Outrageous if he's done that. Has he been meshing WiseMan? He must have, you know.
He must have.
The Zerg Cabal working together.
Coming back.
They're everywhere.
Salmon.
Thanks, Savage.
The only player who played in Code S and Code A in that one thing.
Yeah.
And now he's back again.
He's back again.
Doing it again.
Oh, I feel so sorry for Azures. But fantastic play by WiseMan. Really clever builds, and he did put the pressure on. I think in a land setting, being aggressive in a land setting is really good. It's really hard to be defensive and keep your cool and make sure you get the right reads and the right scouting. So it'll not be the last you see of either of these players in Code S. They'll be in there again soon. And I've got Azures to play, so if Azures beats me, you could still win the group.
Yeah, there's still a tiebreak.
There's still a tiebreak opportunity. There's all sorts going on here.
I love it.
So let's just hope I win that.
Yeah,
probably not if you watch my gameplay though.
All right, we are probably going to be taking another 10-minute break and then going to the next game, which is going to be. We've got AC versus Razorblade, but AC was late on his games, so we're going to see what other games are opportune. We'll probably bring WiseMan up for a winners interview if he wants to do it. So, yeah, we'll probably cut for a 10-minute break while we figure out what's going on next.
Keep on watching. Brilliant series. Loved it.
Stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on here, Ross. All right?
Perfect.
Good stuff.